The shredded pieces of paper were still falling through the air when the room went silent like time itself paused to watch. Ethan, the hiring manager with the too-perfect suit and ego bigger than the building, didn't just reject her resume. He crumpled it with a smirk and tossed it straight into the trash in front of everyone. "We don't need people like you here," he said, loud enough for the entire lobby to hear. His tone was sharp, smug, almost entertained. And there she stood, Ava James, holding her bag close to her chest, trying so hard not to let her chin shake or her eyes fill. You could see it, the sting, the shock, the hurt. A few employees froze mid-step. One receptionist typing slowed to a stop. Someone even muttered under their breath, "Damn!" That was cold. But Ethan didn't care. He just straightened his tie like he had done something heroic instead of cruel. Ava didn't fight back. She simply nodded, whispered a soft, "Thank you for your time," and walked away. But what nobody knew, not Ethan, not the staff, not even the woman swallowing her tears, was that fate had already started rearranging the pieces. And the next time Ava walked into that building, everything would be different. Ava wasn't someone who had life handed to her. She wasn't privileged, connected, or loud enough to be noticed in a room full of egos. She grew up in a small town with a mom who worked 2 jobs and still found time to remind her, hard work builds roots. Respect grows wings. Ava carried those words everywhere. She'd wake up early, drink cheap instant coffee, revise her resume again and again, and send it to places she dreamed of belonging to. She wasn't chasing money, she was chasing purpose. She wanted to build something meaningful, something that mattered. Losing her father young made her realize life wasn't guaranteed, and you shouldn't waste it in places that only care about titles and status. She learned coding at night, design on weekends, business strategy during lunch breaks at her retail job. Her journey wasn't easy, but it made her smart and patient and quietly strong. The company she applied to, Valor Tech, was like the corporate Olympics. Sleek offices, glass everything, coffee machines that looked like they needed a degree to operate. The kind of place that made people straighten their posture just walking past it. Workers there moved fast, talked fast, judged fast. Then kindness? That didn't live there. People didn't smile, they performed. And bosses? They weren't leaders. They were microwaves, loud, rushed, and impatient. Ethan was the worst. He prided himself on efficiency, but really it was cruelty dressed up as professionalism. He laughed at nervous applicants, interrupted them, compared resumes out loud, and if someone looked too ordinary, he'd toss them aside like spam mail. The staff joked about it behind his back, but no one challenged him. Because in that office, power wasn't earned. It was taken, over the next week. Ava's humiliation spread quietly through the company like a rumor looking for meaning. Did you hear what Ethan did? Poor girl, why was he so extra? It bothered some people. Not enough to confront him, but enough to make them rethink who he really was. And while they were talking about it, fate was talking to someone else. The board of Valor Tech had just finalized a deal, one that the staff barely knew existed. A silent investor, a new partner, someone with vision, someone who cared about people, not just numbers, someone who had watched companies rise and fall and finally decided it was time to step in and do better. Someone who, coincidentally, knew Ava, not in a romantic way, not in a family way, but in a way life sometimes works, quietly and surprisingly. A mentor from her online business community. Someone who had watched her grow, struggle, fail, get up, and try again. Someone who saw potential in her when she barely saw it in herself, so when the day came, and the glass doors to Valor Tech opened again, nobody noticed her at first. Ava walked differently this time. Not timid, not unsure, but grounded. Confident in a quiet way, not loud confidence, but the kind forged through scars. She wasn't holding a resume. She was holding a folder with legal documents, ones that would make the entire company pause. The receptionist blinked. "Oh, hi? You're back." Ava smiled softly. "Yes, I have a meeting." The elevator ride felt surreal. The doors opened to the top floor executive level, and when she stepped into the boardroom, Ethan was already there, laughing, loud, oblivious, until he saw her, and something in his smirk faltered. "Oh," he scoffed. "You again?" The board members exchanged glances. Then the chairwoman cleared her throat. "Ethan," she said calmly, "meet the new co-owner of Valertech." Ethan's face drained of color. His jaw dropped. The room went silent. Ava took a slow breath, looked him directly in the eyes, and said gently, not with revenge, but with truth, "You threw away my resume before reading it. But you don't get to throw away people." The words hit harder than yelling ever could. Asterisk, in that moment, fate didn't just shock Ethan, it humbled him. In the weeks that followed, the company shifted. Meetings became more human. Employees started breathing again. And for the first time in a long time, kindness wasn't weakness. It was strength. One afternoon, as Ava walked past the receptionist's desk, a nervous new applicant sat there clutching a resume just like she once did. Ava stopped, smiled, and said, "Take a breath. You belong in rooms where you're respected." The girl nodded, her eyes lighting with hope. And Evan walked away feeling something she had long forgotten. Peace, because sometimes the person you underestimate becomes the person you answer.